Hi there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Cassie.
And welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl. And your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Hey everybody, how are y'all doing today?
I don't think we can hear them. It's a video.
What? Oh, yeah. Duh. Well, I'm glad y'all are here, because it's going to be a great day.
Well, you better be excited, because right now it's time to play a game.
What? What game?
It's called Would You Rather. A question is going to pop up on the screen and you're going to have two options. It's a silly game, but it'll teach us a lot about each other. Are you ready?
Am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready?
Carl?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good. It's time for Would You Rather. First question. Would you rather live on the beach or the mountains?
Easy. Both.
It doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
You have to choose one or the other. I would choose the beach because it's pretty and I'd learn how to surf.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll choose the mountains because I've always wanted to pet grizzly bear.
All right, next question. Would you rather have the legs of a frog or the head of a horse?
What kind of question is that?
A weird one, but we gotta answer it. I'd go with legs of a frog.
What? You'd have long, slimy legs? Imagine how hard jean shopping would be. It'd be terrible.
True, but can you imagine having a horse head?
I wonder what that would be like. All right, frog legs it is.
Okay, this is the last one. Are you ready?
I was born ready. Yes, I'm ready.
Final question. Would you rather have wisdom or be the coolest, wealthiest, most attractive person in the world?
Well, that's not a fair question.
What? Why?
Because I'm already the most attractive person in the world.
Yeah, and you're very humble too, right?
The most humble guy I know.
Anyways, I choose wisdom.
Really? Even over being cool or having the most money in the world?
Yep.
Well, now I have to choose wisdom because I don't want to seem like the bad person.
Well, you don't have to. I just remember what Solomon did, and I figured I'd try and do the same.
Well, who's Solomon? And what did he do?
Solomon was a king in the Bible, and he loved God a lot. And one night, Solomon was having a dream, and God began to talk to Solomon.
What? Really?
Yeah, God asked Solomon what he wanted. He could have asked for the whole world.
Well, what did Solomon ask for? A puppy? A cat? An airplane? A cup of Jell-O? A bowl of cereal? A sandcastle? A rocket? A corn dog? Popcorn? A good head of hair? World peace? A unicycle? An up dog?
What's up, dog?
What's up with you?
No, he didn't ask God for any of that. He asked God for wisdom.
Really? That's strange.
Why is that strange?
Well, it seems like he could have asked for something better.
I understand that, but you gotta know we can get money, cars, puppies, and all of that other stuff all on our own. Well, maybe from our parents, but only God can give us wisdom.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. I guess you are wise after all.
Maybe. I just know it's always good to remember that wisdom comes from God.
Well, my wisdom is telling me that you just said... Wait. Oh, the big idea!
This week's big idea is wisdom comes from God.
That's right, Cassie. And on the count of 3, we're all going to say it together. 1,
2,
3. Wisdom comes from God! Woohoo! How wise is our God? Good job. Wisdom. Well, Cassie, I think we learned a lot today, and I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of...
What? Is something wrong?
Your face is a horse. Have a great week, kids. She's a horse.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Grow TV.
Well, welcome Burnett families to week 1 of our new series, Wisdom. As you already heard, today is all about how wisdom comes from God. But before we get into that, we want to have a little bit of fun together, playing the same game that they were playing in the episode of Grow TV called Would You Rather? And so you're going to play this with whoever you're sitting with at home. There's going to be some questions that come up on the slide, and then you can talk about them as a family. Have some fun, and I'll see you in a minute. Well, welcome back, guys. I hope you had some fun with those questions. As you can see, I have 3 cups right here, and under one of these cups there is $10. Now, I wonder which cup has the money in it. Do you think it's this cup, or this cup, or this cup? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a second. But if we were in class today, I bet most of you would just guess which cup the money was in it. Or you might try and think, which cup did Christina put the money in? But most of you probably wouldn't just straight up ask me where the money is. And you know what? I get it, because I probably wouldn't actually tell you where I put the money. But the fact is, it would be pretty smart to just ask me where the money was, because you know that the money came from me and that I'm the one who put the money under the cup in the first place. And so it would be smart to just ask me, where's the money? So let's see, where did I put the money? Oh, it's not under that one. Oh, it's not under that one, which of course means that it is under this one. Here is the $10 in coins, because I couldn't find a bill. Congratulations to those of you who guessed the middle cup. Now, the reason I'm doing all this is because I'm trying to show you that when you are making a decision and you have to make a choice and you're not sure which is the best one, oftentimes we kind of just guess, or we think, I have to make the best decision, I have to come up with it all by myself. But the fact is that when we need wisdom, that we can actually just ask God for wisdom. Because just like this money came from me and I was the one who put it under the cup, and you could just ask me and I would be able to tell you which cup I put it under, well, wisdom comes from God. He's the one who created it. And so when we need wisdom, we could just ask God, and He's willing to give it to us. He wants us to have wisdom. And so because wisdom comes from God, we can ask Him for it. And today's story is all about a man who did just that. He asked God for wisdom. Let's check it out.
Hey kids! Do you like to draw? Paint? Color? Me too! Let's draw today's story. What do you think? There was once a young king named Solomon. Even though he was young, Solomon wanted to be a good king, one that followed God and did what was right. One night, God came to Solomon in a dream and told him he could ask for anything. Anything? Wow! As king, there were so many things Solomon could ask God for. He could ask for money, or a long life, or lots of power. Solomon could ask for anything, but instead, Solomon asked for wisdom. What's wisdom? Wisdom is knowing how to make good choices. Solomon knew that if he was going to be a good leader, he had to be able to tell what was right and wrong. Solomon's request made God happy. God said,
"That's a great idea. And since you chose wisdom first, I'm going to give you wealth, a long life, and a strong kingdom as well."
To this day, Solomon is known as the wisest man that ever lived. He asked God for wisdom, and God gave it to him, because wisdom comes from God.
If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God. Let him ask God. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God. Let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him, given to him, given to him. Yeah. Let him ask God. Let him ask God. Let him ask God. Let him ask God.
If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God. Oh, let him ask God. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God. Oh, let him ask God.
Who gives generously to Well, I think it's pretty amazing, out of all the things that Solomon could have asked for, that he asked God for wisdom. You know, I'm not sure that that's what I would have thought to ask for, and I wonder what you might have thought to ask for. You know, I might have thought about, something really cool that I've wanted for a long time, or maybe for, $1 million or something fun. But I'm not sure I would have thought to ask for wisdom, but I think that was a pretty good choice on Solomon's part. And you know what? Solomon, he got that wisdom from God, and he actually collected that wisdom that he learned, and you can actually read about it in the book of Proverbs in the Bible. And so we're going to check out one of those Proverbs right now, something that Solomon learned about wisdom itself. And so if you don't have your Bible with you, I want you to run and grab your Bible. You can just pause this video, go and get it, come back, and then hit play. What we're going to do is we are going to see if we can find this Bible passage in 30 seconds or less. So, are you ready? The passage that we're looking for is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. Ready, set, and go! In my Bible, the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 is the big number there, and then we go over to verse 7. So it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge." We have to go up here to the top of the page. "But fools despise wisdom and discipline." You know, I don't always feel super smart. But the cool thing about wisdom is that it's different than being smart. Being smart is about having all the right answers. But being wise is about knowing the right thing to do and doing that thing. When I was younger, I got in a fight with my best friend. And she got really mad and really upset, and she went home and I went home. And you know what? I hadn't actually done anything wrong, but I decided that I would make up with my friend. And so I got her a little present. I think it was an orange pop. And I walked across the street and I knocked on the door and I gave her this pop, and we made up and we had a great afternoon playing together. And you know what? I was smart enough to know I hadn't done anything wrong. But I was wise enough to know that the right thing to do was to still make up with my friend. And that's the difference between being smart or wise. Being smart is knowing the right answer, and being wise is knowing the right thing to do and then doing that thing. And so, this morning, let's spend a few moments praying for God to give us wisdom. Maybe you need wisdom in a certain situation, or maybe you can just spend some time asking God to give you wisdom for your life, just like Solomon did. Let's do that now.
Psalm 34, 17 and 18.
When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their trouble. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. The Lord is near. The Lord is near. The Lord is near. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. The Lord is near. The Lord is near. Oh, the Lord is near. The Lord is near. The Lord is near.
Well, before we go, I would love for you to come up with some type of actions for this month's memory verse. If you do come up with some actions, I would love for your parents to film you doing those actions so that next week I can actually put you in the video and other kids can see the actions and maybe it'll help them to memorize the verse too. So a slide is going to come up with the memory verse on it and come up with some actions. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. I hope this week you make wise choices. Bye for now.
Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Let's speech in light, in love, in faith and in purity. In speech in light, in love, in faith and in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Let's speech in light, in love, in faith and in purity. In speech in light, in love, in faith and in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. It's 1 Timothy 4:12. One more time. Say 1 Timothy 4:12.